grab a cup. You're watching before your weekend.
You're watching before your weekend. You're watching before your weekend. You're watching before your weekend. Hey, you're watching before your weekend.
And we are back in the month of love. A whole 2 months of taking a break and resting, but we're so happy to be back. Welcome to Before You Weekend. We are here today with Calvin and Ellen as per usual, the friends, the family, and we.
What it do was Hannon.
We're very happy that you guys are here with us. Ellen, how's it been?
I'm good. How are you?
Wow, guys. So the year's already started.
So, yeah, the year started off with a bang. TK, fill in the viewers quickly of
Okay,
what's...
so for those who don't know, on the 8th of January, I got hit by a car. I was crossing the road, and Karen said, "Hey, Black, target practice," and hit me. So I had a fractured ankle. I still have a fractured ankle. 3 weeks left.
So it's crazy. I was telling Oreo, my business partner, that you had a situation. Like, yo, TK? I'm like, yeah. Then she's like, what happened? And the funny thing is, I shouldn't ask TK what happened. I'm a guy. I don't need to know what happened. Are you okay? Yeah. How did the surgery go? Okay, are you on crutch? Okay, what are you using now? Okay, everything's gonna be fine. Yeah. Cool. Are we getting money from this? What's happening? That's it. What happened?
But I think that's how we are as men, though. Like,
yes.
Even in romantic relationships, we're so solution driven that sometimes it hurts the relationship. Mm-hmm. I think as men we understand it, but like women want to go, don't you want to know what happened?
Yes.
Hey, what the solution now?
You understand?
No, that was the first thing. What happened? That's what I asked. What happened? So I know that there was a Karen out there. Like, I didn't know like the exact details because I was just like, how in 2024
did you get bumped? Did you get bumped by a car?
But that's the thing. Like, and my kids are forever on my case because if I send them to the shop, I'm like, please look out for the cars every single time without fail. And my son with his big voice is like. I'm 14 now. You don't need to. But clearly,
I'm too big for that.
You need to know that you must look left and right, and then left again. Before,
guys, there's a producer of this. You know what he said to me as I walked in? He's like, "Don't you know you're supposed to look left, right?"
I thank you.
The heartlessness.
But okay, how?
I was crossing the road, left the bank. I passed the 3 lanes, and then it was the last lane left to cross over.
You weren't on your phone?
I wasn't on my phone. I know I was about to take it out.
Uh-huh.
And then the person, I think they were trying to pass the red rope, like trying to make it in time before the rope goes red and spit up.
Yes. Was she old?
Fairly. Well, they age really unique.
It matters.
So you can't really tell the age.
Like, she. You can't call a young lady or you can't call her a granny.
She's in that gray area.
What's going on here?
Yeah, she's in the gray area.
What was shocking was, so I get hit. I didn't fall, so I regained my balance because I like bumped the.
You got pushed back.
Yeah.
Type of essentially.
So that she's ahead of me. She stops, and she reverses a bit, and I looked fine because I'm walking, and I finished crossing the road. She doesn't ask, "Are you okay?" She asks, "What do you think you're doing?"
Oh my!
What?
Oh.
That stunned me. Like, I'm so used to having a response for everything.
Yeah.
That I had nothing to say. Like, do you not see
what's going on here? You bumped me.
You should have fetched us, hey? Because I would have.
I think no one reacted because I looked fine. You know when you like your body doesn't you can't feel anything. So I looked fine. I'm walking. A minute later, it's like I can't walk anymore. Mm-hmm. It hurts.
Oh, hectic.
But that's the thing. Lots of people get up and start running afterwards, you know, and we all know that the adrenaline.
Yeah.
So we all know that's what happens.
That's crazy. I probably would have said a mouthful.
I
probably would have went Spitori for sure.
Oh, you?
Yeah.
That was been the first instinct.
Yeah.
Would have been
if
to
she
say
said
like,
if she said that, I said, kan ma go gare. Of that's on tula. What I mean.
You know it's funny.
That
Sorry,
would have
girl.
turned out wrong. No, she would have. Why are you attacking me? Now you're attacking me and all of that stuff. So I don't think it would have.
I think what's funny is how we as black people react in those moments. Because there was another pedestrian at the robot. Like it hit, and he's a security guard.
Yeah.
When I looked at him, he's standing like this. Like, sir,
Yeah.
that's get moving.
No.
Do something.
Because of death. We don't work well with death, you know.
We have a
That's the
delayed
thing.
reaction to trauma.
Yes.
People accidentally drop their phones in the sink while washing the dishes, and they still call their partners. Look, my phone's in the water. Get your phone out the water.
No. If I would have probably done the same thing. I would have burst into tears. I think I really would have burst into.
If you got bumped
If I had to witness that,
or witness it,
yeah, that I would have.
why are
burst
you
into
crying?
Tears.
Yeah.
For that person, the pain, because for the
What?
longest time,
Help the man out.
no,
Oh, my word.
I would have. No, as a mother, that would be like, you know, instinct, like try and help this person. And all of my training of, you know, ER and Grey's Anatomy would have helped. It would have come in, you know, it would have worked, right? I would have administered something. So I would have done that. But my first reaction would be to cry. And I don't cry very easily. But if I see somebody else in pain, that gets to me.
So you are not the person to take on a date if there's an emergency because you're not going to respond correctly.
I will respond.
With tears.
I'm the type of person that if something is to pop off, trust and believe I'm the one to pull something from somewhere out of a bag.
You just said you'll cry.
You said you'd cry.
Nzekela. I'm busy.
Popping it out.
I would cry while getting stuff done. Although don't feel like too special because there was a time when I was like, how long is this gonna take? Like how long is the healing gonna take? Because we got a podcast to get back to and
We got things
you are
to-
wasting time.
So while you're broken,
how long is
next week.
Next week? Yeah.
Okay, where do we want to start? There's things I find interesting on the news.
So for I've actually been offline. I just got back from like my offline period or whatever. So
How long was that? How long is the offline?
I go off for like 3 weeks in Jan. Cause
Oh,
yeah, look, I work 11 months in a year.
yes. I mean,
with
so
the
the rest of us.
privilege of maybe 2 weekends off at at most.
Tell us about your December, actually. How was your December?
My December.
How did you December?
My festive is back to back from November, generally, commonly, but this time it was like from October. So from October, like just 3 months straight, like back to back, no breaks. Maybe like an odd Sunday afternoon, maybe. Depending if we're around here or not, if we're out, not really. Yeah, so that's how it goes. I mean, like this. Yeah, my work schedule is like a lot hectic, you know. So when it comes to Jan, I made a decision about probably like 2 years back that I need to afford myself that time because also the working thing, it's something that I put myself through as well. Like it's not only the work or whatever to blame, it is me just trying to like get to what I'm trying to achieve or whatever the case is. So it's like, okay, cool, this is the period where I'm gonna offline, calm everything down, clear my mind, whatever the case is, think of new things, think of how things went back, blah blah blah, and then come back in. We shoot 11 months again.
I think that's sorry, I'm segueing and we're not even in the news yet, but like we have a toxic nature as human beings to always stay tapped in, and we don't realize how dangerous that is.
Yeah.
To stay tapped into everything all the time. And that's why, like, for example, like I think it was last year, it's easy for me to go, okay guys, we can't do it before the weekend. I'm done. I need a few weeks because my brain's. I'm working on everything. I need my brain to reset for a bit. So I appreciate people who like do that. Like, okay, in the beginning of the year, disconnect, detach.
Yeah.
You got to start again because your brain, it's like a drug when you're always tapped in, and you can see it even when you are tapped in. Let's say you are focused on doing one thing, your mind's already going, I want to do this and this and this.
Yeah.
And it's like, no.
Yeah, it works on the next stuff.
You're hurting yourself slowly.
Yeah.
It's great dreams, but it's like,
I was tired. Like I could feel I was tired by like around end of December, top of Jan. I was like tired, and more so mentally than physically.
Yeah.
And hence also why it's also 3 weeks, because it actually takes about only in the second week my brain can start.
Yeah.
in the first week still when I'm
you're
like,
still
home,
going.
Yeah.
my brain is still chiming, even though I'm just sitting there like resting, doing like a lot of nothing. You know, my brain is still going.
Yeah.
Different thoughts about different ideas, blah blah blah. Only in the second week it actually starts simmering down.
Yeah.
Then by the third week it's like quiet.
Yeah.
The only challenge is coming back. I need to do a whole set routine to come back to click it back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's why it's fair to say now, as we start the year, if you don't see us for 2-3 weeks in a row, we're resetting.
Understand?
Respect it.
Yes.
The
yes.
season's done. We need a break so we can give you,
You know,
the
when
best
people
of
like
us.
trip out when I tell them like I'm offline for like 3 weeks. It's like, what do you mean you're away for 3 weeks? So you know, and I'm like,
It's important to learn that.
you tell like I'm trying to be okay.
Yeah.
Like, and then people make it about themselves, and it's a whole chat.
I had to tell my clients, don't call me on Sundays. I understand it's
Yeah.
urgent, but don't speak to me. I will ignore your message. I'll respond. I'll check my laptop Monday or whatever.
Me, it's
Don't speak to me.
Saturday
I
and
don't
Sunday.
understand why you have to still explain that to
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Because because to some degree I do sympathize with people who are in desperate situations, and maybe it's also because of where we come from. That it's urgent, everything's urgent, and now.
Yeah, yeah.
But I had to. It took me like 2 years to kind of unlearn that. Like, okay,
Yeah.
do not talk to me on this day.
Yeah.
That's good.
So like, I think the only people I really speak to on Sunday, it would have to be like friends or family. Yeah, I'll respond. I genuinely don't like being on my phone on the Sundays. Like, this
Yeah.
is the disconnect day because Monday's now we get into it.
Yeah.
It's been like a habit.
My switch is when I go into weekend. So I'm work Monday to Friday. When I go into weekend, I bring in personal. Essentially around Friday. Now I start like I can attend to certain messages, certain conversations, whatever. Saturday. It depends what work chat it is. It's like the value of the conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
I don't want to have hey, I was thinking, do you think you can? I don't want to have that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna answer this is what we have. This is how much it costs. This is how much. Okay, cool. I might respond to you. Okay, cool. Let's do this. Monday we'll close it.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also don't on Sundays. Like it's just only personal chats. I'll ignore calls.
But work, I think, gets onto that quicker, I think, than friends and family. Because I think they still, well, in my circle, they still think that they have this right to my
Got
time.
you. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I took this from a sister friend of mine who, on Sundays, they, after 3 o'clock, whatever they were doing needs to happen before 3 p.m. Anything after that, they are home and they are preparing for Monday. They're just resting and whatever. And I didn't get it, at that time until I started doing that. And now, for me, it's not even like a 3 p.m. thing. You have to be really, 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 really special.
Yeah, the reason has to be like major.
Yeah, it has to be something really, really major. I go to church, I come back home, don't talk to me. Like, even with the kids, like, just give me some time, because it's just a cycle and it never ends.
Exactly.
I think it's weird that it's like it's taking age to learn that. It's like we never saw. We looked at old people like, what do you mean resting? It's the weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not, now it's like when you hit like above 30, it's like, okay, wait, maybe it's starting to make sense. I
Yeah.
actually need to disconnect for a bit because my brain is like, no.
True. I
Yeah.
don't get it.
Yeah.
You don't get
the
it?
rest.
You better
Yeah.
tap
We need to
into
get the
that
producer
quick.
mic.
That's why I agree with you when you say it comes with age. I don't get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
For
No,
me, it's like I don't
100%.
have a work-life balance. So I
And
don't have
which a work-life balance is actually really like non-existent.
And he's busy, but like he's got work and 3 girlfriends and like it's a lot. So it's
Exactly.
like a lot of
Yeah.
maintenance to do.
He's not coming from.
Yo, that's
from any
that's
other place
2023.
except-
My man's on 2024,
Nah.
bro. You better be.
No, he is
on it.
not.
Come
He-
on,
Mamba mode.
That's funny. That's actually so
Shame,
funny.
man. You jumped in. That's what you get. That's what you get. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, I was actually thinking the other day. I was like, if Kobe was alive, it would be such a big brand year for him. Like it would have been so dope on so many levels.
And the team he owned owned was Mamba something, right? It was called Mamba something, right?
If I remember correctly, yeah.
His daughter's team or
The
something.
daughter's team, yeah.
It was going to be hot.
It'll be major. Because, I mean, Lakers are going to milk it.
Yeah.
And I don't know how the family's going to get anything from that. Because you know how NBA is.
I
They
hope
don't
his lawyers
really-
were smart enough to own anything
Around the
connected to
name.
him. Name, number, like,
Yeah.
own all of that IP.
Plus with the US, it's a lot easier. Because they have the laws around that.
Yeah.
I still hate the fact that it's so hard in SA.
Yeah.
It makes absolutely no sense that our laws are like we don't have solid laws around IP.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was something I was thinking about.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into it.
You watching before you weekend.
Yeah, what's poppin'?
This is the one thing that I wanted to kind of talk about. The president of Rwanda closes down 6,000 churches and mosques.
Closed down for what?
He says a religious leader must have a degree if he's going to run this building.
Hey.
And then his quote was, "Stop playing with people's faith and making it a business."
Okay.
I like it more now.
Okay, I'm with it. Alright. Yeah.
Like I think maybe in light of how particularly Christianity is run in South Africa,
Yeah.
it seemed sincere in the 90s, early 2000s, and now it's like, oh. Somebody even said, if I want to be heartless, I'll start a church.
Big business.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got the TB Joshua, the documentary that just
I was
came
about
out.
to
So it's
say,
like,
did you guys watch
that is-
that?
oh yeah,
No,
I
I
did.
didn't.
Yeah, no, I didn't either.
Oh, it's bad.
I think I'll get triggered. That's why I don't watch it.
It's everything we've experienced,
Yeah.
but steroids,
Or droids, yeah.
mandrax.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
I'll get triggered, so I said, let me stay away from that.
It's the thing that makes that documentary hectic is the daughter came out.
To speak about
His secret hidden daughter came out and said, yeah, their congregation used to beat me because I spoke out against my dad. My dad is TB Joshua. Yo! That's where it's like, you can't say this is a lie now.
Yeah,
The daughter
yeah,
is
yeah.
speaking. Because they said, I think if you watch at the end of part 2, part 3, it says the church refuses to speak. They deny all these accusations. The daughter is saying, his people came in and beat me because I spoke against my dad. They kept me in a room for, I think she said, correct me if I'm wrong, for those who watch it, weeks, months. I was locked in a room. No hygiene, didn't bath, didn't shower. I was locked in a room. They would come in and beat me.
That's crazy.
So to go, this is not true. That's the blood.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna have to check it out now.
It's hectic.
Yeah, no.
I have to.
I'm still
Yeah,
not. I'm still not.
Should we title this before you weekend episode? Church Trauma, episode 1 of 2024.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Hey, I'm good. I'm not going there.
I think what's scary with that is church trauma looks the same. With every documentary that's coming out, the pattern is
Yeah,
the
because I
same.
watched the Hillsong one. That's the one I did watch.
Yeah.
The Hillsong one, and also it's the same play. I think I texted you while I was watching. I texted UNMZ, and I was like, it's the same play, and it's almost like they got it from the same place. You know, so crazy. Yeah, it's so crazy. It's the same trauma.
I mean, I guess that's how cults work, right? And colonization works. It's as if I can erase your history, you only have one place to find help.
Sure.
If I can disconnect you from your source of hope, help, healing, then you only have one place to go.
Yeah.
And I direct how you heal.
Yeah. You see.
I direct the association.
You're saying the things now.
Hey, now.
Those are the things.
Because that's how it's been working. Like, now, I don't know how your story is, but I know yours was hectic. But like for us who were in the same building, it's the same thing. Like, oh, where are you gonna go? Because you're not. Your family is not. Your family doesn't like your decision anyway. So they're really mad at you.
Exactly. Exactly.
And they've orchestrated that.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. So vile. So foul.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I remember conversations like I'll always like when it comes to how they orchestrate things or whatever, how they wanted me and TK to not be friends or family or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's
like when cousins are like, no, don't talk to him.
Like,
If only
Oh
white
my
people spoke with that
gosh.
accent, I would laugh. I wish white people spoke to him. Yo, Now go, yeah. Now I got ammo.
Nah.
Yeah, I think
That
was
accent is
so-
their accent is actually more condescending.
very much so, very much so. But I think that was so, and I'm just like, okay. In my head, I'm just like, bruh,
It's so
good. Yeah, you must tell him what to do, bro. He told me everything I know. Yeah, crazy times.
So I kind of respect. So you know what's weird with me is I'm slowly meeting people outside of South Africa, and they're giving me understanding of how they view these other countries and their relationship with their countries.
Yeah.
I think we're the only people in South Africa going, we need this leader in South Africa. But then you talk to Congolese people, they go, we don't like the president of Rwanda because he's oppressing the Congolese people.
Yes.
He's sending his military and killing our people. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that because media's not telling us that part.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only thing I can say is like when you hear about some of these presidents like in Kenya and Rwanda and whatever, they sound like those are the leaders we've been asking for to come lead us. But for the experience these people are experiencing, like it's not that we don't have the same president. Your view of their president and their view of their own president are two different presidents.
Different things.
Yeah. But it's also the whole conversation of like that's how across the board foul politics is. Or the whole government conversation is like just across the board it is a mess because that's where you apply the saying the grass is not greener on the other side, because you think that guy's no he does this, yes he's doing this that your president isn't doing, but then he's doing this here, type of conversations, and that sometimes other countries say, we're spoiled and and especially for the most part, and which I think we should all be grateful for is that post apartheid we've never experienced anything outside of that in a continuous manner of a war or a anything like that. But other countries that it chops and changes depending on time, depending who steps in, That's yeah.
I think I want to ask a question to like us as well as people watching, but I feel like I'm going to expose the ignorance of South Africans. If you were to choose a president that you feel is the right guy for the country, a president in Africa, who would that be? Like based on what the things you read and whatever, like who impresses you that makes to the degree that makes you think, I think he could help us here because ours is like the director of a circus.
Kind of, reflects a bit of ignorance. I don't know all the presidents.
That's the only reason I said that. Like, South Africa, we are very ignorant because we think we are the Americans of Africa.
Yeah.
Yes.
We think it's it. Yeah.
That's
it's
actually
us.
hectic.
We're winning everything.
Yeah.
No, guys. We are stupid.
We are actually.
They know so much about us.
Yeah.
And when you go into their country, you know nothing. You don't know the president's name. You don't know the capital. You know nothing.
That's good. Damn. That's
I
facts.
am, though, trying to learn now because somebody asked me. It was we were having a conversation and I just realized how little I know about the world out there. It's just me and my little bubble here, my problems here. I mean, I love my country. I don't think if I had the money to move, I would make that decision to move. I'd still decide to stay unless something really, really drastic was to happen. I'd still want to stay here. But that doesn't stop you from learning about, the world around you. But I'm trying now. Somebody asked me, where would you like to travel? If you could choose anywhere, where would you like to travel? And my first instinct was to choose somewhere outside of Africa. And it bugged me like for a few days afterwards. Why am I not choosing? And I'll say home because we are all here. But like, why am I not starting here first? And not just the countries that are closest to South Africa, but like really go out and then not just go to the touristy places, go and learn about the culture, and the way they do things, and so that I would be able to answer that kind of question. But then again, it's biased because it's because of a boy that I'm learning about other countries. But the bottom line
is that you're learning.
Is that I'm learning,
you understand?
Right? In whichever way.
You understand?
Right?
That's very good. Where would you go, TK? If I think if right now you could go any country, in the
Which
world,
country?
yeah, where would you go?
Okay, so I think we still
Oh,
have the
city,
best.
I guess. But yeah, country.
Whatever.
I unfortunately would still choose South Africa, but I'll choose a different leader.
Okay.
Like the president of Botswana. That sounds like that's a really sharp guy.
Sorry, are you saying from like if you're moving?
Oh, if I were to move,
No, I'm saying
if I have to
I'm
leave
saying
here.
no, I'm just saying visiting first.
Oh, to visit.
Like right now, if you had to go visit a country, what's
Sierra
like
Leone.
Sierra Leone?
I've been so curious about that country for like a decade. There's
That's
something about its history. It's so confusing. Like the blood diamond story
Yes.
it doesn't make sense to me. Like I need to go here. Are you telling me kids are finding diamonds and just giving them to some fun vague and say here?
That is
Can
such
I
a
get a
TK
loaf of
answer.
bread? That
Like,
doesn't make
That's
sense.
good.
I want to go
confuses
where the water is so blue, and then TK is like, I want to dig deep, and I want to
Yeah.
find out about this blood diamond story. Put my
Guys,
life in
let me
danger.
tell you about TK. You guys don't know TK. Let me tell you. TK and I were in Cape Town once upon a time, right? We're in Cape Town for a couple of days. We chilling.
Yeah.
We chilling. Like
Yeah.
everything is cool. Everything is. TK goes, yo, we should go to the Cape Flats. I say,
I said, what?
boy, what? Yeah, like I just want to see it. I just want to see it. Like before we go to VA Waterfront, let's go to the Cape Flats quick. I say, boy, you don't just quickly go to the Cape Flats.
You don't.
Like,
Nah.
no, you need an application. You need permission. You know, he just no. I'm
Yeah.
sure. Then he goes, no, I'm sure we can go. I'm sure there's taxis that go. I said, hear me out.
Bruh, do you
man.
get it?
No, TK, no.
I'm trying to heal my ignorance. I think there's a lot we don't know.
And I don't disagree. I don't. But your safety of your life is very
Exactly.
important.
I
And
don't. No. But that's framed on how the media has said don't go there.
Nuh-uh.
No, the people say
Nuh-uh.
don't. Thank you. Thank you, my brother. We have a kid.
Have you been to Cape Flats?
Wow, would
What?
I do that? I have with a friend in high school, and I don't want to go there again.
You've been to a township though.
Yes.
How different is Cape Flats from a township?
It's not. It's
No,
not the same thing.
No. Okay.
It is not
Let me
the
tell
same
you. Let me
thing.
tell you. From where I'm from, I was born in Mamelodi, raised in Atteridgeville. Those are my two.
Yeah.
That's where I'm from. I will tell you, right? If you want to go get spatlo, kota in other people's languages, right? I would say there's a certain period, there's a window period in the day that you can do that. Past that window period, my brother,
I hear that.
I do not recommend it,
I get that.
right? So now, in the Cape Flats, there isn't a clocking time.
Yeah.
It's on. The whole
No, I
time.
hear what you're saying, but I
There's
don't.
no on and off.
Surely, to some degree, guys, you get irritated
You
hearing
think
something.
there's visiting hours? There's no visiting
No, but
hours there, my boy.
for me, when I hear what's this guy's name? I forgot his name. That European guy who
Versace.
visits
Oh,
these prisons.
sorry.
Wow.
What is
Sorry, I said Versace.
Van der Beek.
No, but wasn't Versace the guy that was in the gangsterism? Wasn't it Versace?
Stachy.
Oh, Stachy, sorry.
Is that a real person?
Yes.
Or is that a color guy, white guy?
It's a
Colored guy.
colored guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
Oh, the guy in prison, Posmo.
Yes, I
Posmo
think.
prison.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I thought that's what you were.
No,
you
no,
were
no.
going.
So my frustration is that white
the
European
British guy.
person, going exploring prisons and exploring.
Oh,
like,
whatever, world's toughest prisoner.
yeah,
prisons.
whatever that man's name is. What are you in our country telling us about a place we have never visited? We know nothing about on our own land.
Pause. You wanna visit where? Posmo prison?
No, not prison.
He still wants to go
I
to
don't-
the
I don't say
flats.
that-
I'm wondering.
He still wants to go to the flats.
My
He's still stuck there.
issue is nothing is as frustrating as seeing foreigners come into South Africa educate South Africans about their own country.
But you had a fellow South African telling you thou shalt not
exactly.
go
I
there.
was like, and
Wena.
ask me where I got my chat from a person that was born and raised in the Cape.
Of course, they're gonna share their view.
Their view is, my brother, don't go there unless I'm going with you.
The same way we're saying, well, no one's going, yo, you must come to, I guess all of us are going, come to Soweto because it's the tourist township. But no one's saying, come to Alexandra.
Yes, because don't go to Alexandra. Why are you going to Alexander TK to do what?
Well, we black, we know the townships, but I'm saying for the way they've framed Cape Flats on the media, I don't want to say it's not true, but something about it feels more disrespectful to the color community than what we actually know is happening.
I think
don't
it's just
agree.
understanding, having an understanding of a
I don't
place.
agree.
You need to understand the place, just like you said in Mamelodi. Certain times of the day you can
Certain
go.
times, certain places, like yeah.
But just to understand that, I mean, you don't have to go there, get some scars, possibly lose your life.
What townships?
In order to say, oh, they were actually right.
And I'll
Just
tell you,
listen.
I'll tell you the worst. And in PTA, like Sosha is exactly what they say it is.
No, it's not. It's not. I was doing a service there in Sosha, guys.
Bruh.
And maybe it was the main
Bruh.
sense of Sosha, but
Oh
come on, it's
my
not
gosh.
that. It's not that.
As a black person,
Goodness.
right?
Media has screwed how we perceive these things.
No,
So
you
were
are
walking
saying
around Sosha Nguve.
I mean, my only section was like where the mall is crossing and TUT, that side.
You went to one location and you stayed at the location.
and then you were like, fine.
No, I didn't
That's
stay
all
like
good.
you make it sound like I stayed in a room.
No. You were in. You
We're
in
just saying
this
that you
location.
were.
No, I was like, well, within is it Block K? Correct me for those who are in Sosha.
Yeah.
Block K or whatever. Yeah, I was there.
My boy.
You came to do something. You weren't chilling, relaxing, all cool in the hood. You went.
Please. You saying you saying the Cape Town flats have been branded incorrectly? That's what you believe.
I want to see it. is
For
what I-
yourself, what do you want to see, TK?
I want to understand the people. Well, you know me. I see people.
That's my
and go,
problem.
I'm
That's
curious.
why
Let me
I've-
understand this.
That's exactly what I'm communicating to the people. They don't know you. They know you. TK. No, my brother. No.
What do you think when you hear Eldorado Park or Zachariah Park?
They're just color communities.
And you? Aldo's?
I wouldn't just pull up to Aldo's.
Based on what did they tell you? Or what have you heard?
Yo, if a person from Aldo says, my brother, don't just, my boy. Don't just say, I'm just trying to just check it out. I just want to see what it look like. No, don't. Then what?
Respect.
What must I go try it?
No. Okay, but we're in this. I think you told me about a story where you're going to a Cape Town club or something a few years ago, and even there they said you don't just come into this club or walk into this area. You got to know someone who's kind of like knows what's happening in these streets.
Yeah.
And that wasn't a township. It's Camps Bayside, where the drug dealers and all that is.
Oh no! I was saying when you were in the club, I'm trying to remember the chat that you're talking about. Yeah, I think it was mainly with the Nigerian guys. Like it was.
So you
always-
can walk comfortably in there, but you can't go to Cape Flats.
Yes,
You're not gonna die, man.
yes, I can.
You probably won't die in Cape Flats. Next topic. Okay, so we're not gonna agree on this thing.
No, man.
If you're here and you're watching, please educate me. But I am not gonna kill my curiosity.
Yep.
Just,
Ah,
it's gonna be there
Okay,
until I go.
just as your friend,
do it.
please let me know. Then like we can make sure.
So you can
go.
say goodbye prior.
My brother, where's the money? That's like-
Have
Because
the ingredients.
already your character, your personality is not going to do well there. You ask way too many questions.
dog.
Yes,
Are you
this is
the-
how we learn.
Are you
Yes,
the
as
po-
if it's a
are
good
you the
thing. It's not a
police, my
good
brother?
thing. You're the police.
Are
You're
you the police,
undercover
my brother?
somebody.
Why?
His accent. Oh.
And then I was about to say that.
Why is he asking so many questions?
Why?
bruh?
Exactly.
They're gonna go.
Who's
This
this
man
guy?"
likes us. He wants to actually know what we're about.
Absolutely not.
Already to take someone's life based on the stereotype that is Cape Flats. To take someone's life is very inhumane. People are in a mental space where they're dying to be seen, dying to just be heard.
Do you know? Okay.
Guys.
Yeah, that sounds poetic, bro. It's not gonna work.
That's not gonna work. And look, I do
We
have
didn't get him a mic.
I do have we do.
actually
I
we
do
do.
have a specific friend that we can have this conversation with. Like he's literally called the mayor of Cape Town. Because when you go in and you're gonna go in a tricky place, that's the guy you wanna just give the heads up. So every time we land in Cape Town, we let him know, yo, we out here.
Yeah.
So that if anything happens from a street side, not, you know what I'm saying? Like on the streets, if anything, he knows you're out here, and then he can navigate what needs to be navigated. So you see that guy, we've had very interesting chats with him, and he comes from the life, and now he's in the gray area in between because he's kind of positioned himself as a bridge to help those that want to come out and kind of help them navigate this other side as well. That's how he's positioned himself.
Yeah.
So we can have that conversation.
Okay.
So you can get like real insight. And if he feels okay, cool, let's take you. You go with him. You see, I'll be happy. I'll be, okay.
Yeah,
he's in
fine.
good
Give me a guide.
hands.
I'm okay. Yeah.
Right? He's in good hands. Then also because let me tell you the part that's also a little bit off for me, because it's also like it's when we parade the poverty of our people like it's a zoo.
Yes.
Like, cause I'm also like, when people are coming over and I want to see you, like, what are you coming? What?
Yeah.
It's not a zoo, my
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah.
In a zoo.
Yeah.
So I think that's also where sometimes situations go off, because
100%.
it's almost like what are you know what I'm saying? Like that mistranslation type of thing. So you need a translator.
I fully agree.
Yeah, you need a translator, my
But
brother.
it's also like these Europeans, we're going to take you to Tembisa.
Yeah.
And then you hear these Europeans asking, so you live here?
Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
Mao.
yeah, like,
You know?
like Mao, dog. You know what I'm saying? So I think for me, that's the thing. It's like, like the friend of mine wanted me to go. And I said, with all respect, I'm not going there. I said, with all respect. Because for her, she comes from there. So we're going to go to the supermarket and whatever. And in my head, I'm also like, I actually had the chat with her. I said, you're female. And no disrespect to you. But when the moment happens, it's me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the thing is, because of where I'm from, that moment is going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not that it's not going to happen. It is.
Yeah.
Where dude's gonna be like, hey, yo,
Yeah.
where you from? In fact, yo, where's he from?
And
You know what I'm saying?
in a couple of seconds,
where's he from?
it's done.
Then once he answers, then now you gotta answer for yourself now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think I respect the streets too much to just pull up like that.
I fully get
I have
what you're saying.
I have a respect for there's rules and regulations there that we don't live by.
Yeah.
And you just gotta respect it.
Somebody actually put me onto, because I had an incident in December.
Okay.
And he's like, you're going to need help. And I was like, how? And he's like, here's a number. If anything is to happen, this is a speed dial.
Hectic.
And
Ellen.
What area is this?
Yeah?
What area was this in?
I mean, if I press it now, it's now. That person is always around me. Always. So it's sad that we've got to live.
Do you have a
like-
crush who just follows you and doesn't tell you I'm here, by the way?
No, nobody rates me like that, TK. Like,
But
please don't
he
give
says,
me-
call me and I'll be here. That
no,
sounds like God.
This is not.
but
This is
anyway.
not the person.
What
This is like.
Okay, we'll have to talk about this offline.
This is not a Valentine's. Guys, if you have a Valentine that says this to you, no, like, just...
No, I don't play in
that's
South
a-
Africa anymore, actually. When it comes to Valentine's, I've left South Africa. It was nice, boys, thanks. But I'm no longer here. There's people that speak French
languages.
and stuff.
Okay.
So nice. Anywho,
Swahili.
and Swahili. Yes, actually.
We're done with the rest of the world.
Yeah, he actually speaks Swahili as well. But it's just and I was
That's
asking
hectic.
about the Zach Park and the Aldo's thing. And I know this is like a very abrupt switch. But there was, and he is a what? He's an executive, Rand Water executive, that was shot.
LinkedIn, get to work. Oh, damn.
That
Oh.
was shot in Zachariah Park this past Monday
Thank you for bringing that up.
in a community
Do you
hall.
know the story?
Yeah.
In a community hall.
in a community
Yeah.
hall
So they pull up
at a
on him
meeting.
and shot him.
They
Pull
Malcolm X him, yeah.
And then some
He made it though, right?
Nah.
Oh, he passed away.
Yeah, him and his
You still want to go check it out, TK?
his bodyguard.
No, but that's not Cape Flats. Where was that
I'm
again?
just
It's a-
asking.
No, but this is what we are trying to tell you, TK. There's Cape Flats, there's Aldo's, there's and I'm not saying that
Soshanguve,
there's
Mamelodi,
Soshanguve, there's
Ville.
what is this place? By Santon?
Alex.
Alex.
I understand.
I'm not saying, because I don't really know those places. And for somebody that stays in Orange Farm, there's people that are like, I'm not coming there. And I'm like, well, this is Orange Farm, hey, So, but I would be able to, no, but that's the thing. If I tell you,
Yes.
TK, don't come.
pull up.
Don't pull up.
So
You might be able to finesse your way
No, I know,
around.
I know.
You might be able to
finesse it.
Don't just pull up. You understand? And this is not against anything to do with it's. You ask too many questions, and you are street smart, but you are worldly. You're very
Yes.
international.
Street smart.
You are not South Africa street smart.
No, that's accurate. That is very accurate, Ellen. Very accurate.
Let's go somewhere else. Let's travel with
Yeah,
TK
yeah.
elsewhere. Let's get the story. Let's
so
like
we're
they-
never gonna agree.
Like
yeah,
this
this topic.
this is one time I was in Cape Town. I was telling the guys the story over December actually. This is the time I was in Cape Town. I landed in Cape Town a couple of days before the team is supposed to come over for a couple of shows. Exactly 2 days before. So I land on the same day that I land. I'm figuring out, okay, cool. I need to get a few things from there's a petrol station up the road. Yes, up the road from where I'm staying, the accommodation, the hotel. So cool. I get in. I'm like, okay, just before the sun goes down, let me take this walk. I take the walk. As I'm walking, everything looked fine from when I stepped out. I was just a little bit just before as you enter town. So if I headed down the opposite way, I'd go into town. So just a little bit. So as I looked at the area, everything was fine. So I was like, I'll take the walk. So I start walking up. I go past the road where there's a bit of movement. I go into this road where there's no movement now. But I'm thinking I'm just gonna walk alone pretty much. But as I'm walking, I notice bodies
Aye.
start popping up. Okay, cool. Now this is what happens, my brother. You have two choices. You either want to stop, turn around, and go back home.
This is Cape Town, right?
This is in Cape Town. Streets of Cape Town.
there's also that thing of hujampisa that now you are aware of these people because once you jump
Yeah,
now
and now you become
it's done.
And
Why?
now you look like a racist to your own people. Like
so
not
now
you guys. I just want to be safe.
it's not dudes in the streets, doing their thing or whatever. But now they seeing that, and I'm walking alone, and I definitely probably don't look like I'm from there. But I switched into that.
Yeah.
I said, okay. Now when I was walking like, okay, if you finna go there, we can go there.
Yeah.
See, now that's different. Now they were just like,
You see?
Yeah.
yeah, and then I walked. But I definitely didn't walk back. I called the Uber back. I was
You
trying to be
don't
safe.
have that
Because
internal
niggas will
code
plot
switch.
on your life.
What do you mean I don't?
Clearly, you don't have that internal code switch because if you did, you would have listened
It's very important.
first time.
Code switch.
You need to have it within you, and it has to be. It's something that you either have or you don't. And I would advise you strongly, just don't do it.
TK.
I get what you're saying, right? I was in Cape Town for the first time. Where's that place called with the different color houses again?
Yeah.
Work Up, yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to go there, and I was at our work
Oh,
office.
is that a no-go zone?
But I've been there so many times. I was like, chill. Like, okay.
Also, it's really not a no-go zone because I was like, I really would like to go there.
If you buy the houses, you're cool.
By the houses, I didn't want to. I mean,
But the further up you go, it gets
Trickier.
colored.
Guys, but this is South Africa. Every suburb, every township has that. There's a place you're not supposed
there's
to go because
levels and there's levels.
Time.
Yeah,
There's
it's
levels
nothing
and
new.
levels.
Yeah, but why are you going there?
Why
when you're
you-
not supposed to go there?
We're not gonna win
TK, you
this.
must
right?
respect
Like,
you must respect the area. You must
Respect the area.
the rules and regulations, my brother.
principalities. I've been saying
get
this.
what I'm
You laughed
saying?
the last time.
Okay, so we're not agreeing on this.
There's nothing to agree to. We are trying to save your life.
I'm here. I am still here. Oh wow.
You are the one in the cast. You are the one in the cast.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we spent most of the hour on this chat.
Yeah, let's keep going.
We got to run through this. President of Tanzania says men must marry more wives.
Like multiple wives?
Yeah, so let me give you
Okay.
context here. The president of Tanzania is a woman. One. Second, she's not the first wife.
Interesting.
That's when I saw. I was like, wait.
That's interesting.
You stop shaking your head in agreement, sir.
Oh, he's agreeing.
You have problems. Stop
My
it.
brother, like one woman, just one.
Just one.
Do
It's a
you wanna do 4, 5?
I want to understand her motive though. Like, is it?
Yeah. What's the chat?
Yeah. Why would you say that? Like, especially. I mean, I guess whether it's population control or whatever, you've experienced being second wife.
Oh,
Do you know what that feels like? Because I've never had a chat with I would like to actually, if there's someone here, I'd like to have a chat with someone who's second or third. I want to understand that dynamic. What
Yeah.
does it feel like internally and mentally and emotionally? Because for her to go, men must marry more wives. And by the way, the husband's not he's not like a Donald Trump or whatever. He's quiet. He does his own thing. He's a quiet, respectful Muslim. He's not in everyone's faces. Very quiet. Like people don't even know his name. So it's like,
Maybe
why would you say that?
it's an economic thing. I'm just having this thought, so I'm gonna try unpack it. Economic, and so we have more. What is it? More women than we have men. So if we have more women than we have men, we have less households.
Yes.
Well, women
Am I-
That is
right
true.
direction, right?
Yes.
Yes, we have less
Interesting.
households, and therefore, which may reduce also our birth rate, because now because now there's 5 women, but 2 only get married. 2 get married.
Yeah.
That essentially, quote unquote, this is off assumption of these 2 are guaranteed to have children based on tradition, but then these are not. So then your number ratio, by actual fact, isn't. You can't say because we have 5 women and we count 2 average. You can't 2 average because they're not getting married.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking about.
That makes a lot of sense.
Right? Because why would you encourage that? I don't even think from a cultural perspective, because you'd have to say God first, then come say that.
Yeah.
But if you don't say God first and say it's a thing,
Yeah.
there must be a logic to it. Like, we need more of that
Yeah.
because
Yeah, but you know, these politicians are bad, terrible copywriters. And
But then, I mean, with
what?
Muslim,
That's your quote?
with Muslim people, I think it would. Not every Muslim man would take more than one wife, right? But it is normal, right, within the religion.
with that
So
culture,
Yeah.
if she's coming from that point of view, then I mean, the way, and also there's a difference, and you can see it on reality TV on how the women are treated, right?
you quoting reality TV.
I am quoting reality TV, and that's where I mean I make my decisions from. For real. I've been asked quite a few times if I would consider a polygamous marriage. And at first my answer is like, nah, I won't. But I'm like, okay, I don't want somebody in my space, not necessarily also. I don't necessarily want somebody in my space 24/7. I want my own house, right? So there's stuff that needs to happen in the background. You need to be of a certain standing as the man in order to afford all of this stuff, right?
Facts.
Right. So if I've got my own house, I've got a car, and I'm with my kids, and I see you once in a while,
You're happy.
once a week.
It's the perfect setup.
I mean, if that's what I'm going for, then it's going to work for me. The problem then comes in with the other wives, right? So if there aren't any structures put into place, like how I would, and my very limited, I actually have a Muslim brother, I must have a chat with him, and I'll come back with that. But if there aren't any standards and stuff put into place where this is how we're going to work, it can all come crashing down, right? But if all of that is okay, I think that's where she's coming from. It might be also, this is how it's going to help the economy, this is how it's going to help, population and all of that.
The Islamic nation, Tanzania.
Are they Islamic?
They're both.
Both.
Okay.
It's possible. I mean, if she's coming from that place, like I've experienced it, I see how it could work, and then this is how I
Yeah, that's a no from me.
It's very weird.
From
damn.
what, as a man, like having more than one.
Nah.
I think at a practical level, it's money. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which you can solve that, TK. You can have a lot of money. So okay,
Yeah.
once you got a lot of money.
Where are you coming from?
For me?
Yeah, which angle are you coming from?
It's
got
almost,
all of the
it's
money
almost
in the world,
equivalent.
you good.
Yeah. It's almost equivalent to not having a whole lot of kids. Because I think I want to.
Shouldn't have said it like that, but okay. Continue.
Can't say a whole
But
lot
how
of
is
kids.
No, not the way. There's a way you said it.
A whole lot of kids?
No. Continue. Hey, continue now, please.
What are we talking about?
There's a way you strung it together, like.
Okay. Anyway, so
We all get what you're saying. Just
yeah, like Nick Cannon. I'm not like I wouldn't go down that route because I feel like the more kids you have, you and I had the line right now just before you spoke. It's something around basically the quality of the relationships.
Yes.
I
less
had a line.
bandwidth you've got?
Yes, like for me, it's the quality of the relationships. Like the more kids you have or the more wives you have, you reduce the quality.
Yeah,
that's good.
So that's my thing. That's my perspective to say. Having multiple wives will reduce that, and now then I've got multiple wives. That means obviously they each have kids or whatever the case is, and then that becomes a tricky dynamic. Because I'm also like, how do you factor that unity?
Yeah.
Because your structure almost has to have this disunity
Yes.
for it to work.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's how we perceive it as men. Like I could be wrong. Like if you were willing to be a second or third wife, what are your rules that you'd have for this to work? Let's say you're not the first. For you to say yes to the guy who's asking you, please be part of this. What other rules you have in place?
I think it for both men and women, and it's not coming from a religious place or point of view, right? I think it's very selfish. On the men's side, it's very selfish. On the women's side, it's very selfish. If I had to go into it, it's for selfish reasons, right? I want to live my life, but I want to have somebody there in the background, kind of thing. I don't have to give 100% of me all the time, you know? And that's, I think, in what the foundation of what the institution of marriage is, that's a cop-out. Not wanting to give 100% of you all the time is a cop-out. You need to give 100% of you to the person that you have chosen to spend, you know, the rest of your life with. There's, at this moment, I don't think there's anything, and like I said, if I was coming from a selfish point of view, then I could say, well, if he's got the money and I'm going to be living comfortably, then I'd do it. Yeah. But I'm just too clingy, and the jealousy in me is on another level. So, and my problem is I compare myself to who I was yesterday, actually not even yesterday, who I want to be so hard that it affects me today. Can you imagine if there's another woman there, another black African, voluptuous, I'd die. I would expire. I'm telling you, I would expire. I wouldn't do well because I'm looking, and you're always wondering, and the maths doesn't maths for me, you know. 5 days a week, you've got 5 women. Monday, it's me. Tuesday, and I'm thinking physically, sexually.
Yes.
He's not going to work out, especially when the age progresses. He's not going to get to all 5 women.
Not.
So maybe he's going to miss my turn twice a month, and then I'm frustrated and I'm angry at the other woman. And because you're not having this conversation, I can't now go to Sbongile and say, hey, Sbo, when last did you, you know? But we are looking at each other funny now. If she's smiling and she's too perky, why? what did you get that I didn't get for the past 2 weeks?
And he'll most definitely lean. He'll lean.
He's going. Oh,
There's a house he's gonna go to more often than the other on that particular night.
That's interesting.
He's gonna lean.
Just knock Ellen.
No, I'm going to. Here's where I'm going to have advantage, right?
just
Sia
knock
is-
and ask.
is-
It's not
he's
that
not
deep.
okay. We're going to get you a mic, and when we get you a mic, it's going to be a problem.
But that's my thing. I feel like you're gonna lean. Like you
Yeah.
have 3, 4, 5 wives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they're on their menstrual cycles, ne? And then you get Ellen, who never has a menstrual cycle
Yeah.
ever. So I'm forever ready any time of the day. And then she's depending where she is in her cycle, she's in a mood, and this one is in pain, and that one is cravings, and then
all
Ellen
of
is just like, "What's up?"
Yeah. Skip all of them.
You come to Ellen's house week in, week out. It's
And
gonna be a
that's
problem.
usually the youngest wife.
I'm waiting for the.
Gets
Yes.
that advantage.
I'm waiting for the social experiment where men are okay with being second.
Second
never
wife.
gonna
You know,
happen.
like a
Second
Married at
husband.
First Sight type production. Like
Yeah.
this man says, "I'm okay. I know these guys are married." She says she wants another man,
Yeah.
and we see for the next 3 months what does this look like with all the activities and all that comes. I want to see how does every individual respond. Like, okay, but the first husband's watching how excited the wife is. Like whenever she says, "I'm about to go to Temba."
That won't work.
I think in the beginning,
For money,
people would sign
so
up.
so in America, because people in America do anything for money.
Yeah.
South Africa, we have morals, but we're slowly getting to that place.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, I think that we'll wrap this up. But I think that would be an interesting show. Seeing a man go, "Yeah, I know I'm the second." But then you see the focus of the woman, focus of the second, focus of the first, and you see the conflicts that they're having inside their head. Like, oh, but why is she so happy every time it's time to go there? Like, I'm doing everything. I'm taking her out, taking her on dates. Sex is good. Kids are looked after.
You guys in
that
the
dynamic
locker
would be so
room
interesting.
have issues. In the locker room,
Yeah,
you guys have
as guys,
issues.
we're too, as men, we're too territorial. That's the thing. That thing kicks in.
Yeah.
It kicks in. So there's a term for a 3-way relationship. I just
Kind of
forgot
was
what
it?
it's
Thruple.
Yeah.
But that's when they're all dating each other.
Yes, exactly where I'm going. Right? Where I'm like, even in that, it sounds like it lands, but it really doesn't, because you really are there for one person.
Yeah.
So I'm coming back to what you were saying. Like, you're saying you have 2 husbands. You really are there. And we can even tie it back to multiple wives. Because it's like, you're also, to a certain degree, I think there is that space of you're getting the second partner because you can.
Yeah.
Right? Because you
what's
can.
the reason?
And TK doesn't seem bad. You know? He's cool. I like him. You know? So, second husband. Or Ellen doesn't seem bad and it's proper. She's actually nice. You're actually nice. Yeah. I might consider a second. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you can. Not because of that same pocket you were in for your first husband or your first wife. And I think then that's the tricky part. But especially like for men, it's not landing. Boy.
If she's pregnant, how do you know?
That's
It's
my guy.
your kid.
That's my guy.
Together.
It's our kids.
It's the
together.
families. It's our son.
Physical pictures. Call me because we own the IP now.
They
The time date has been stamped as I forgot what tomorrow's date is. What is that?
Lucy,
I can't even remember.
you have 2 fathers, okay? They're both your fathers, okay? He's father 1, father 2. Oh my gosh.
Guys,
I'm
it's the 2nd of February. If you see someone create this, tie it back to us. But if you have money, we'll produce it.
Understand? We got you.
We got you.
Let's wrap this up because we're actually over now. I'm gonna say headlines. You can say your quick opinion, one line.
You watching before you weekend.
South Africa's performance in the AFCON.
Shockingly good. I'm shocked, actually. But shout out to them. We're supporting you guys. And the lady had none to say.
I just say take it with caution. That's
Take it with caution.
Trust? Do you really trust men after this?
Have you ever been
One man wins every game. ICJ rules in favor of South Africa's charge against Israel.
Is that the final word?
Yeah, we won.
After the
But,
Ugandan
like,
lady tripped out?
Even when I read the thing, it's like, okay, so the ICJ still created loopholes for Israel to do what they're
Loopholes, yes.
doing. They're saying stop doing what you're doing and punish the people who are inciting the genocide. Yeah, but that's
Same-
just the
same
president.
thing.
There's one person to pin. Why are you saying find the person?
Yeah.
It's one person. But anyway, yeah. What's your
Is
version?
no, is this after the Ugandan president say what judge say what she said?
Oh,
This
Uganda
is-
is
That was
Uganda
after,
is
yeah.
disassociating themselves from that judge.
they are very fast. They
So
said
it's like,
we don't-
no, you guys probably told her to make that decision. That's a weird thing to do. There's
Nah.
no way she made that decision by herself.
I don't
no
think- I
judge
don't think
in
she
that
did.
case made the decision by themselves.
Nah, I think she got bagged. She got
Yeah.
a bag. She got a bag.
Sheesh, man.
I don't think
How
it's like,
big did that bag have to be?
It doesn't have to be that big.
Yo.
$2 million and she's
It doesn't have to be that big.
$2 million.
They don't have
fella.
$10. They have Ugandan shillings. So $2 million,
$2
2 shillings.
$2 million is not big. That's light money.
Exactly.
world.
That's it's not enough for me.
What I'm
to-
saying is she works in shillings. She lives in shillings.
Yeah.
Dollars.
guys, no.
Nah.
If her life was in danger, then I'd say. If you had to say that she was threatened, different story. Money, it has to be imali. Imali.
How do you guys feel about Israel, the Israeli companies and parties and flights pulling out of after us winning?
I heard Cupcake. Oh, it's not right. Anyway, I heard the president, our president, South Africa's president, say that.
She wouldn't even say the name.
No, because now I'm just thinking, like, we mustn't be so disrespectful as a black child. Don't be disrespectful.
No, you're warranted though.
Ndate president.
There are grounds.
There are grounds.
they're-
Like he said, it's coming. And then I was like, okay, Papa, then like, what must we do?
He said what's coming.
He said that we must expect, all of the
Company's gonna pull out.
the companies to start pulling out and all of that. But now that it's happened, or since he saw that happening,
It hasn't moved us. We okay.
it hasn't moved. Him?
Us.
No,
As
it
citizens.
hasn't moved us. But like, as a father, right? You are in a family. This is a family,
Are you referring
right?
to that guy as a father?
Did you ask to be born into the family that you were born into? We, at least, with government, we went and we voted.
Hey man, I don't recognize that nigga.
Okay, fine. Oksalayo, the stepfather that is in your life right now, that you couldn't care less about,
Okay.
is making decisions on behalf of this family, right? Once he says that something is coming, my children, and it's coming at the door, what is your plan? Like, how are we going to, financially, is it going to affect us? What does South Africa have in plan? And I mean, we aren't shocked because we know that we are forever on the back foot. We are forever on some grappling too,
Yeah.
But it would be nice once in a while to say, something is coming, but I've got a plan.
He's never had a plan. Still don't have a plan.
Right?
That's how I'm gonna stay.
Yeah. Dricus winning his UFC championship as well as Jackson Van Tonda Chauke. Yeah.
Say it again.
This water has mixed my...
Say it again.
No, I'm not saying it again. But you know who I'm talking about if you're into sports. They both are champions. Yeah, it's this. Jackson Van Tonder Chauke. How do you do that as accents?
Chauke.
Because it's Chauke. It's Chauke.
Chauke.
Yeah, but
Chauke.
when you put Van Tonder next to...
Chauke. Then it becomes chauke.
Yes! Van Tonder Chauke. How... It's my tongue is struggling. We put two clashing cultures next to each other.
That's actually.
We should actually talk to him. How did you get those surnames? But anyway,
That is very
shout
interesting.
out to the boy.
Very
Shout out to this big one. Big one.
the Dricus one is a bit different. It's a bit tricky for me
Why?
because I
also
saw his
feel-
thing when I checked his profile. I was like, oh, he actually wants Cape Town to be independent from South Africa, and it's like. Why are you fighting for South Africa? Why are you saying thank you
Yeah.
South Africa? And that's
But you
there's
actually-
posts on you talking about how you want
Yeah.
Cape Town to be independent, and it's like you and Oranje and Cape Independence, we got a problem now.
But yo, Cape Town really be a country on its own, eh?
Yeah.
It really be.
I spoke to a few black people from Cape Town saying they want their independence too. And it's like, you're already worse off. They see you as a black as
Yeah.
opposed to Joburg.
Yeah.
And you want to be a black.
But it's also, I think it's also because it's becoming heavily Europeanized. So therefore, that whole move is to cater for that.
Yeah.
More than it is even a South African white thing.
It's the audacity to think, it's the audacity to believe that this should and can happen in a land that's not yours. It's like, why do you guys have this disrespect?
Where do you guys get the balls?
Yeah.
You
Like,
know?
and I love how history is slowly rewriting itself, especially like in places like America. Like the whole idea of Christopher Columbus being a founder. Like, but why was he called a founder? The country was never missing.
Yeah.
There were people there.
Yeah.
There were black people
Yeah,
there as well.
yeah.
Before you guys shipped slaves, there were black people in the land. What are you talking about?
That's good.
I love what's happening. I just don't know if the textbooks are going to change. I don't know how long that's going to change. And then the last one was, this one was touchy, and we don't have time for this. Drip possibly risking being liquidated. Drip footwear.
That is hectic. Do you know what the reason was?
They are struggling to pay their bills, in a nutshell.
That is so sad, man. And business is business, right? This is, again, coming from a very limited understanding of the situation. Business is business. So bottom line is, if you can't fulfill what your contract is saying, this is what happens. And for any other company, white or black, if liquidation is the only way, then liquidation is the only way. I just feel a certain kind of way, and yes, I'm going to feel that way with my people first, because it is who I am, it's who I see every single day. I'm like, is there no way that companies can come in and say, especially those that speak very loudly and with such bravado on the interwebs about the money that they would like to inject into companies, Why don't they just say, hey, look, here I am, I can give you 2 rand. And then with them doing that, then somebody else will come in. And then everybody has just a little bit and says, okay, now not only are we going to assist you with the funding, but we're going to help you get out of this situation. Does it have to end that way is my question. Does it have to end that way when we have the caliber of businessmen and women in South Africa that we have? Black, the caliber of black.
I don't see them getting
businessmen and
liquidated.
women.
The only thing that frustrated me was nothing grows. If you want something to be permanent, it shouldn't grow fast.
Okay.
And at the rate they grew during the pandemic, when we're not going to malls, was already the first red flag. Like, what are you doing building 10 stores
Yeah.
in a pandemic when no one's going to malls? What's that for? You don't even own the property, because you know how malls work. You don't buy the property. You come and get your stall and you pay rent.
Yeah.
So there's no success in paying rent. You just created visibility that you could have paid for online, and the impact would have been deeper.
Yeah.
Which is confusing. Like, why would that be your route? I don't get the strategy, and I don't know who the agency is. Is it Avatar or something? I forgot who they are, because I know they're connected to some other shoe brand or whatever. It's a weird move. So it's like, I don't know if we should feel sorry. At the same time, it's also the lack of innovation. And I'm not trying to shade the brand. I love seeing, you guys know me, I love seeing African and black brands building up, but I haven't seen enough change. Like, okay, so you still have the swoosh airflow thing going on. What else do you have? Can you at least give me a shirt that matches that? Give me something. And I didn't see that.
I wish I could say something, but yeah. What did I say?
What we said.
All right, that's it. It's been I feel like it's been over an hour, but I think we're going to continue what we're doing. We're splitting this up in 3 parts, right?
Explain what?
We're splitting this.
We're going to spin it. We're going to split it.
Whatever
into 3.
you are having, my brother, that water is not the one to buy anymore. Thank you.
It's McG's water.
Cranberry.
I'm actually
juice.
impressed. Like, this was high quality. Shout out to the black guy.
Shout out to McG.
Yeah, we're splitting this up in 3 parts? Or we're just putting this out as one thing?
We can decide,
Whatever
I
floats
guess.
your boat.
We actually haven't heard from you guys. Like, do you like the 3-part thing? Now we split it up, or because in my head it's like the 3-part thing kind of is better.
I'm just irritated at the people who are in my contact list that and I have to say this, okay. I will put like the little clips on my WhatsApp, right? And then I put the link. So here's a little teaser. This is good. Trust me, the entire show is
Can I guess the response?
They're just here. I haven't had the time to watch the whole thing. I'm like, okay, which one? Like, have you watched any? And I don't take it personally because it's not before you weekend. It's just an attention span type of thing. I put something there that they might have to read or they might have to listen to. And then a friend of mine said, I actually didn't listen to that. But what were you talking about? I'm like, if you listened,
you'd have the answer.
You'd have the answer. So, guys, go and watch it. Let us know what you want. And we'll give you what you want.
Let us know. So you want to split? It's a cool full hour. Which way? That way.
Take us home, people.
Damn, rusty. But okay. All right, shout out everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in and watching. We do appreciate you guys. Last year was really dope. We had a lot of fun, and we're looking forward to this year. We're gonna just try to see how we can have really dope conversations and have fun moments for you guys to enjoy. This is Before Your Weekend, where we speak about the week before it ends. Thank you very much, guys. It was fun. I've got to shoot. I've got to go. But stay safe. Don't go to areas you're not supposed to go to.
Please.
All right. Thank you, South Africa. One time.
And if you have a headache during Valentine's, masturbate.
Oh,
Or have sex.
man, Jesus. With what?
Bye.
Let's go, guys.
Watching before your weekend.
You're watching before you weekend.